Anyway, Stefan Mychajliw is the Erie County Comptroller. He has been all over this wasted money and the hypocrisy of our illustrious county executive, Mark Poloncarz. Stefan has been all over the national news. You've been on Fox multiple times, most recently just last week on Tucker Carlson. So, Stefan Mychajliw, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Stefan's so important. So important to have you. Really, obviously, we're from Erie County, headquarters in Buffalo. We have an office in Rochester and in Batavia. And a lot of the folks are listening, go, wait, why are you bringing somebody on in Erie County? Well, they're of course they're fighting the same uphill battle that we are in Erie County. But this all started originally with the health department in Erie County collecting millions and millions of dollars of overtime. And then as a comptroller, you found out that they were also charging their meals to the taxpayers in the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars. And in fact, they were also ordering themselves, when you talk about pork spending, they were actually ordering, pork, raw pork in pots and pans, right?
That's right. And I think that's the difference between Monroe County and Erie County. We have an independently elected comptroller, the CFO, the taxpayer watchdog. And so I've been open, honest, and transparent about how every single public dollar has been spent on COVID. And I even created the taxpayer checkbook and the COVID checkbook so that once a week we post everything, overtime, food, because it's the public's money and they should know how it's being spent. And so we have now about $5 million in CARES Act funding, $160 million being used for overtime for Erie County employees, and also over $1 million in overtime and holiday pay for political appointees who are salaried. And then going through all the bills, we found far more than $200,000 being spent on food for a lot of county employees, including pizza, wings, raw pork chops, and pots and pans.
Yeah. Now, in Erie County, we have a county executive who has said, we don't care if you own a restaurant and you put your whole life savings into it, or a gym, or a salon. We don't care. You're going to shut down. He's been all on board with the Cuomo shutdown and the never open crowd. But yet we busted him out golfing.
Repeatedly.
Yeah, drinking with his buddies. He's in a picture with about 20 folks. And the health department and the liquor authority seem to be everywhere except for where Mark goes. It just seems to be okay wherever he goes. The health department says no problem. Now, last night, there's been some other information released that, well, let me back up. Last week, the health department in Erie County shut down a hockey rink because apparently the kids weren't social distancing enough, or they weren't wearing their masks 100% of the time. I don't know. These health inspectors just come in, they find one person, and they put you out of business. Yet the county executive up in Erie County, Marky Mark, has been busted playing hockey over the weekend, right?
Yeah, and it's not the first time. I think that's the frustration, whether you live in Buffalo, Batavia, or Rochester, that politicians putting in COVID rules live by the mantra, rules for thee, but not for me. And you gentlemen are 100% correct. The county executive here was photographed without a mask, with communal food and beer in front of him, and then ordering businesses and everyone to wear a mask. He said, hey, everybody shop local, and then he's shutting down businesses for supposed COVID violations. And then a very popular hockey rink, which many players from Rochester play in, Holiday Twin Rinks here in our neck of the woods, they were shut down because they received a tip that someone was scrimmaging. So the health department barges in, puts a notice on the door, shuts them down. And then we received a whistleblower complaint that, lo and behold, the county executive plays every Sunday in a league at a rink here in Buffalo. And so a whistleblower sent video of the county executive walking into a hockey rink with a hockey bag and a hockey stick. And then he calls them his mates, were scrimmaging after. And so it begs the question, well, wait a minute. You shut down a very popular hockey rink for having a scrimmage. He was there with stick in hand and hockey bag in hand, admitting that his mates were scrimmaging. Why weren't they shut down?
So if you're friends of Mark Poloncarz, you're no problem. So if you're a friend of Mark Poloncarz, you can go play golf. You can scrimmage on the weekends with your hockey buddies or hockey mates, whatever you want to call them. But if you're Holiday Twin Rinks, that's no go. And by the way, I want to say this: our county health inspector Gail Burstein has openly called for people to turn in their friends and their quote enemies, right? And so this is a society we have now. And Mark's like, well, it's creepy I'm being followed. No, Mark, you created this environment. You told people to go out there and rat out each other. guess what happens? As I said before,
That's
the
right.
monster comes for us all now, doesn't it, Mark? Here we are.
That's right. The health commissioners are saying, rat out your friends. Yep. And then he can't believe that he got busted.
Right. He's shocked that somebody would possibly post a picture like that.
And that's why I think people in Rochester and all over New York State are so frustrated, is that businesses are being shut down over COVID rules that politicians make up, and they don't follow themselves, whether it's Nancy Pelosi, Gavin Newsom, Andrew Cuomo, or, our Erie County executive. And businesses are dying. And here they're telling people on social media, hey, everyone, shop local. And then they're shutting down businesses.
Now, step
they're
back
telling everyone.
Oh, sorry. No, you go. Continue your thought.
No, yeah, in hockey rinks, no scrimmages. Youth sports are decimated. Kids haven't played organized youth hockey since March, and yet politicians who make up COVID rules are allowed to play amongst their buddies, and then they shut down other rinks for doing the same.
Yeah, now, one way, Stefan, you've been able to fight this is you've been able to the health Erie County Health Department has just been going out and giving everybody fines. Fine. You have you've been able to find some help for these business owners to be able to say, look at in fact, in the case of Robbie De Niro, who owns a gym in Orchard Park, New York, you've said, Robbie, you have 100 years before you need to pay a penny of that fine, right?
That's right. As the chief accounting and fiscal officer for Erie County, I control all deposits and money for the county of Erie. So, many months ago, I waived the penalties for hotels that were late paying their hotel occupancy tax. And I said, okay, what can I do to further help businesses? And so we basically blocked the health department from making any deposits of fines for COVID. We actually went to their offices and confiscated all of their deposit slips. We shut down an account. We created a new one for them to make deposits. And even if, let's say, a puck gets past the goalie and they drive to Maryland and make a direct deposit at a branch, we get notified with an alert, and within 30 minutes, we bring the money back. And so we're telling individuals, not only are we doing that, but yeah, if we set up a payment plan that, depending on the fine, you can have 20 to 100 years to pay it back.
God bless you.
Thank you, Stefan. I really do appreciate it. I love how the fact that you're doing what you can to help businesses, like waiving late penalties, versus on the other side, they're saying, well, if you're a renter, just don't pay your rent. Right?
Right.
Where's the help for the people that actually have to pay the mortgage, right?
That's right.
Nobody ever cares about the actual producers or the businesses, whether they're landlords or a big corporation. Doesn't matter.
Truly,
they're still
economically
productive members of society, putting people to work.
Truly economically illiterate. I mean, they just passed legislation that advanced by the Senate majority, which will be passed during a special session sometime today, Emergency Evacuation and Foreclosure Prevention Act. So who do these people think pays the mortgage on these places?
How about an emergency, repossession act?
That's right.
Unreal. Anyways, thank you for everything you do, Stefan. We appreciate it.
You got it, guys. Thank you.
Well, one more thing, Stefan. How can other folks, you're in Erie County, other leaders need to step up and think and be more proactive like you? And I just hope people get the message. Are other communities, is Rochester, are folks in Syracuse and Albany, are they reaching out to you? I mean, you've been on Fox News a few times.
Yeah, we've heard from individuals all over the country, and the message for businesses is simple: open up. Strengthen numbers. Open up. But they also need a champion in the political arena who doesn't care about being liked, who doesn't care about popularity contests. I don't give a damn if people like me or not. I fight for businesses and taxpayers, and we need more elected officials to have that attitude.
Absolutely. Hear. Thank you so much, Stefan. We appreciate it.
Keep up the good fight,
Stefan. Keep up the good fight. That's Comptroller of Erie County, Stefan Mychajliw, making national news lately on Fox multiple times. Tucker last Wednesday, really highlighting the waste and the hypocrisy of our Erie County executive, Mark Poloncarz. So good work, Stefan. We appreciate it.